viewers, welcome to the next video. It would help if you like this, subscribe, leave a comment. The bee footage you're seeing here is me riding my bike in the Smoky Mountains. I'm just going uphill and up into the mountains, and it was my ride on my first day there, and I had my helmet cam on, so I'm not liking how the footage turned out with the helmet cam. I think that on the mountain bike trails it works, but not when I'm on the road. So I'll do better for the next road trip on the bike, that I will make sure that if it's not a mountain bike trail, to keep the camera on the handlebar instead. So the topic of today's video I want to do is beginning a weight loss journey. And the first thing is that if you're successful, it's going to be more than a weight loss journey. It's going to be reducing the amount of prescription drugs you're taking journey. It's going to be I'm a lot stronger and more able, and I can do more things, and more useful person journey. And that's all positive. Before you get started with a weight loss journey, I'm assuming that you're a person that was kind of in my shoes, where you have about 200 pounds to lose or more, and it's not just like a vanity weight where you just want to get a six-pack, or no, this is something that you need to do to change your life in order to continue living and to be able to work and be productive as a person. So that the first thing is, before you really get into anything, is like you need to get the right mindset. And Dr. Jordan Peterson, who's a clinical psychologist out of Canada, and you may have heard of him because he's a controversial guy too, and he's shows up on news programs, and he's kind of as an antagonist to feminism and some of the modern progressive things. So you may have heard of him, but he has this book, the 12 Rules of Life. Let me make sure that I'm saying that right. So this 12 Rules book, I think, is a recommended good place to start. The rule that I want you to really focus on is treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. So really, to get into that mindset of you need to lose the weight, is that you need to be disciplined, and you really need to focus on eating for your health over eating for your enjoyment and what feels good mentally. You want your food to be nourishment for you physically, but not mentally. And you want to consider that the food that you're eating currently that got you into the position you're in is hurting you. And your new prescription isn't a pill, it's proper eating. And you want to make sure that you're following the new way of eating to go forward. And then the next one is compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. So it's really important that you're watching the bee footage, you're watching me stroll along on this bike, that you're not where I am, and I'm not where you are, And we're all different, we're all individuals, and you need to focus on improving on yourself every day and getting a little bit better at doing what you need to do every day. So when it comes to a weight loss journey, is that um, there's going to be elimination. You have to do an elimination diet and eliminate the foods that are causing you harm and add in the ones that are doing you good. But you have to, it's a day-to-day basis. You have to be a better eater today than you were yesterday. And you have to make better food choices today than you did the day before. And you have to build upon it and add upon it, and better exercise choices and better sleep habits today than you were before. And just compare yourself to where you were yesterday. If you could only walk across the room without losing your breath today, try to make it walking across the entire house, and just build upon each little thing, and it eventually leads you to strapping your bike onto the trunk of your car and going to a mountain and trying to ride up a mountain. But I was in that place a year ago where a half-mile walk seemed like it was a marathon, and going up the smallest hill was putting me out of complete breath. And now it's like I got to put a 15-pound backpack on and climb up the Appalachian Trail to get the same out of breath I did on that small hill. So, but being out of breath is good no matter what. So keep that in mind, that 12 Rules of Life is a good book, and it's going to help you get that mindset. And the other big mindset thing is if you want to be successful in losing weight, the idea of cheating has to be gone. Because cheating validates food addiction. Because anything else in life that you would consider cheating on, if you were to cheat on your taxes, you take that risk of getting caught, but the reward of cheating is you get to keep more of your own money, or you owe less money, or you pay less money. If you're a professional athlete and you cheat, your team may win. You may financially gain from whatever cheat you're doing if you're taking an important performance-enhancing drug, or what the Houston Astros did, like stealing other teams' call signs. Like, there's some sort of competitive advantage to cheating. But when you cheat on a diet, what you do by cheating on a diet is you lost 3 pounds that week. So, and you may not even know what your weight is. If generally the heavier you are, the less likely you're going to want to weigh every day. So when you cheat on a diet, you don't realize you lost 3 pounds this weekend, but when you go back to the crap food on the weekend, you gain all 3 pounds back. And that's why it's really important not to cheat, because the weight comes off so slowly. One cheat day with the wrong food can erase a week's worth of weight loss. And it's very important that you understand that you gain nothing from erasing your gains. You have no advantage to cheating on your diet. That cheat is going down. That's validating that you have a food addiction, and that you're still emotionally eating. So that's a big thing if you're going to head down this weight loss journey, is that get the idea of cheating out. And if you absolutely have to have a cheat, like set that cheat day. You can't cheat once a week. Set it 6 months down the road. That I'll have a slice of pizza when I lose 100 pounds. And I can almost tell you once you lost 100 pounds, you're not going to want to have that piece of pizza. But you can tell yourself that now. Your mindset will change. Go over to Obese to Beast channel. He has an interview with a fellow that had one cheat day and he fell off the wagon so bad that he regained like 300 pounds. So keep that in mind that if you cheat, you may relapse and go down that slippery slope. So really important to get out of the cheating mindset. And then the next thing is like start with the easy stuff like soda pop and snacks are those are the two great starting points. Is like don't drink your calories. You can cut so many calories out of your diet just by eliminating the pop and then getting the snacks away. Just eliminate those. You can go so far doing that. And then it's start doing your research, start learning about insulin and fasting and that time between meals, that this if you have a nutritionist in your life that's telling you to eat 6 meals or every 2 hours, like fire that person immediately. Because if you start learning about insulin and how insulin causes your body to store and not use stores, is that eating every 2 hours spikes your insulin and keeps your insulin high. So if your insulin's high, you're storing, you're not burning. So you want to tap into your body fat. You want to tap into your own body stores. So you need to give your body time to switch over from constantly storing to using, and that's why it's important. Dr. Rob Siwas always says nothing before noon, because your body will make you breakfast. That's why you have when you wake up in the morning, and if you're a blood sugar tester, that's why you have high blood sugar in the morning. It's that your liver's making you breakfast. It's making the glycogen. It's making the converting your body fat back into sugar, and that's fueling you for breakfast. The breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and it's on your. And guess what? Your body's making its own breakfast. Don't worry about eating breakfast. Nothing before noon. And with that said, nothing after 7. You really want to try to get it that you have like 3 or 4 hours before you go to bed. Let your body burn fat while you sleep. You want all that digestion to be done, so you can focus on your body can focus on sleeping instead of digesting. You'll find that if you weigh yourself at nighttime and when you wake up in the morning, a lot of your weight loss happens overnight because you're breathing out air and that moisture. So if you're an environmentalist, you're not going to like this. So when you burn fat, fat has exhaust, and that exhaust is it's water and carbon dioxide. So when you're burning fat, where it's going, you're breathing it out. it's moisture in the air you're breathing out, and then it's coming out through your urine, and you're you're contributing more ozone gases. So, yep, your your weight loss journey, you're gonna be a polluter. So, I'm sorry to bring that on to you guys, but you could do search what happens to fat. Kind of good to know that sort of thing. Like when you take a dump, you you are not. That's not fat. That's you're you're eating a lot of food that it's wasteful. The more you poop, the more food that you consume that it's doing nothing for you. So, oh, well, you all have a good night. I want to do more on the weight loss journey and continue on that. And I'll do some more bike riding. I'm going to work on a home studio here, so you won't have to deal with bad B-roll. um, but work hard. Work on getting healthy. Just take it one day at a time. If you slip up, you know, don't worry about it too much, and just work on trying to discipline yourself. And if you went 5 days without a slip up, then try to go 6 days for the next one, and just keep on trying to discipline yourself and realize that that your your cheat days are validating your food addiction is real, and you know, and you should be seeing some results. It's very important to see some results, and you should make changes, because I went down the low carb route and the ketogenic route, and that works for me. And we're all individuals, and you might want to try something else, that calorie restriction or plant-based diet. Um, if it works for you, it works for you. And as long as you're seeing results, if you're not seeing results, then you know it's not working for you, and you should see results almost immediately. That scale, the direction that scale is going, is telling you what you're doing is or is not working. If you're trying to correct blood pressure and weight and such, really, my blood pressure was high up until I went keto and fasting. When I was doing more of a paleo and time between meals, and I was losing the weight, but the blood pressure was still high. So keep that in mind too, that you might be on something that's helping you with the weight loss, but your blood pressure is still high, and you might need to further tweak whatever you're doing to get to that. And also keep in mind that this obesity epidemic is not going to be solved easily, and it's and actually it would be, we have an obese economy. Our economy thrives on obesity and people being sick. If you watch the news, I don't watch a lot of TV. I actually don't have a working TV at home, but when I'm out on my road trips and in a hotel, because they won't let me camp, the majority of advertising is fast food and processed food and pharmaceuticals. So, and the more obese and sick you are, the more likely you're not you're going to be watching hours and hours of TV. So the no one on TV or the media is wanting you to succeed at your weight loss, and they will put news stories to scare you away from doing things that work. Just keep that in mind, that their advertisers are selling you the food that makes you fat and sick. Then the pharmaceuticals that are advertising you need those pills as a result of the food that's making you fat and sick. And as long as you're fat and sick, you're not out riding your bike for 3 hours a day. You're spending that 3 hours a day watching TV. So those people on the news and the television stations are not going to put elimination diets or keto diets or carnivore diets. They're not gonna put them in a good light. They may run a story that says some good things, but they'll always put something in the story to make you question doing it. I can tell you that my blood pressure medicine, or not medicine, I don't take blood pressure medicine, but my blood pressure cuff says what I'm doing is working, because I was at the same weight I am today and had high blood pressure eating the foods they advertise. Now that I don't eat the foods they advertise, my blood pressure is lower than it's ever been, and it's like on the low end of normal, which is new for me. And a lot of people experience that with keto. I don't take antacids anymore. Pepsid AC. I was a 1-a-day Pepsid AC guy, and a lot of times I had to take some Tums on top of that just to get it going. Since I've done this, I've not had to use any antacids anymore. They're all gone. The only thing number that's off is the cholesterol, and my biggest argument is my triglycerides are perfect. My HDL is sky high. LDL is like 1 point from being at normal, and I'm gonna check my cholesterol again in a couple months here, and I upped the fish in my diet, so I'm expecting my LDL to go up, and I'm expecting my HDL to still be high, and I'm expecting my triglycerides to still be very good. But the overwhelming chances are, if you're a 400-pound guy watching this video, is that your HDL is also high, and your triglycerides are probably through the roof. And there's a lot of low-carb docs on YouTube, MDs, not the chiropractors, MDs that are like, you really got to watch the triglycerides. That's the real bad one. And in the presence of an anti-inflammatory diet and low inflammation, that your cholesterol numbers aren't as big as a worry. But if you combine that high cholesterol with a highly inflammatory diet, then you're could run into some problems. But if you're anti-inflammatory, then things get better, and you don't have to worry about the cholesterol as much. And I would not let the cholesterol thing scare you away from doing this, because it's your blood pressure and your blood sugar, your A1Cs are much more of a risk factor to having a heart attack and a stroke than your cholesterol. If you could go go from having high blood pressure, high blood sugar, high cholesterol to just having high cholesterol, and go for the high cholesterol. And especially if you can get your triglycerides under control, because I imagine that a lot of the plant-based community have high triglycerides because of all the seed oils and all the processed foods that are in the modern plant-based diets nowadays. So, well, you all have a good day. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, share, work on your journey, and I wish you all the best of luck. And keep on trucking and biking and working on making yourselves the best human beings you possibly can be. You all have a good day.